Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about 7 narcissistic, passive-aggressive, covert methods that they use to cause an environment of instability, insecurity and fear within you. And as these behaviours are behaviours that many people can display for various reasons, it usually leaves the person on the receiving end of the treatment full of self-doubt, full of self-blame, trying to work harder to make it up to or to please the other person. And when you're dealing with a narcissistic person, they've usually got at least 5 of the 9 criteria running in the background of their personality. So they are incredibly exploitative people, they are envious people, they are self-entitled people, they are arrogant people, believing they are better than others and unpleasantly proud, and they lack the empathy to care for how their behaviour affects another person. When it comes to dealing with or being around narcissistic people, being raised with narcissistic people, having narcissistic friendships, a narcissistic partner, a narcissistic boss, you often end up in an environment of instability, insecurity and fear. You often end up with emotional pain, with lots of different anxieties, a feeling of uneasiness, frustration, anger, resentment, which are all emotions that narcissistic people can use as leverage against you to work in the narcissist's favour, to work in the narcissist's best interest. There are many reasons a narcissist would behave in one of these 7 ways. 1, they feel contempt. They feel that you are either beneath them, that you aren't worthy, they want to feel superior to you, or they just have a need to be as disobedient as possible, and not being disobedient because your rules or your standards or your beliefs or your values are unreasonable, being disobedient for the sake of being disobedient and to cause somebody that frustration. It can be used as a covert punishment, to punish somebody without the other person realizing they're being punished by the narcissist because the narcissist didn't get their own way, because the narcissist didn't get what they wanted. The narcissist covert anger and resentment because they feel annoyed by another person. Rather than being open and honest and communicating with that other person, they are going to covertly punish that other person. Covertly is to hide their true intentions of their behaviour. Passive aggressive is to hurt another person indirectly so that the other person can't recognise what the narcissist is doing to them. A narcissist could just be simply envious of another, so they're seeking to gain revenge on another person. They could be trying to exploit another person, trying to get their own way. So somebody said no to them, so they could behave in one of these ways to punish that person for saying no to them. And if a narcissist feels like they're losing control, they can behave in one of these 7 ways to try and regain control of the situation. If a narcissist feels like they're losing attention, they can behave in one of these ways to regain attention or to regain control over another person. So the first way a narcissist might seek to covertly punish you is by falling silent on you, which is passive-aggressive behaviour, so that the narcissist can control the environment, so that the narcissist can be in control of the communication, so the narcissist can distort your reality. Humans are hardwired for connection and communication, so to have this cut off by somebody that you care for causes pain. And when it comes to narcissistic people, they don't tend to like people falling silent on them because they have empathy for themselves. It's other people they tend to lack the empathy for. So because They know, especially those that require excessive attention, because they know how much it hurts when they're not getting the attention they believe they're entitled to, they are going to punish somebody else by falling silent on another person, believing the other person is wanting attention when the other person isn't wanting attention. They're wanting communication, they're wanting to work through things. Both people are more than capable, all people are capable of falling silent. However, the intent behind the behaviour is often very different. Narcissistic people, it's a form of punishment and a form of control. Those who don't have the disorder, aren't on the spectrum of the disorder, can just have had their feelings hurt and just need some time to gather their thoughts. Number 2, going after your loved ones, hurting your loved ones. A narcissist will go after the things that you care about most, because these are the things that you will most passionately defend. So this can be, if you have children together, a narcissist will purposefully continue to let the children down, have complete disregard to children's routines, and blame you for being the crazy one, the jealous one, the envious one, the overprotective one. They will do all they can to disrupt their children's lives because it disrupts your life. And a narcissist knows that you will most passionately defend the things you care for. And once a narcissist can gain a reaction from you, they can stand back and say, see, told you they were crazy. See, told you they were jealous. So that you're the one that looks like you're causing the problems, because the narcissist is passive aggressively, covertly causing you problems, causing those you care about problems. And then when you react in an open manner, it looks like you're the one with the problem. And you do have a problem. A narcissist that's causing as many problems as they can, and no matter how many solutions you find to the problems they cause, they are going to find a problem within that solution to cause you more pain, to cause you more frustration, to cause you more anger, to cause you more resentment, to get that reaction, to help with their smear campaign against you. 3, social exclusion, isolation. If a narcissist can isolate you from support, then you've got no one to go to other than the narcissist. And there's many manipulative tactics narcissistic people use to isolate people from others, from moving people miles away to using triangulation, placing that self-doubt in your mind about another person, to divide and conquer, so that the narcissist can control your whereabouts, can control who you spend your time with. With social exclusion, you can be at a party, you can be at an event, you can be in a work environment, a work setting, you can be at a board meeting, you can be in many different social environments, and a narcissist will simply not listen to you. Every time you speak, they will speak over you, or they will turn around and talk to somebody else, or they will dismiss your idea, or they will tell you that you need to quit. They will try and find a way to scapegoat you. So if whatever idea that narcissist has doesn't go to plan, and you try to come up with a different idea that they shut down, they will try to scapegoat you and accuse you of being too demanding, too aggressive, to socially isolate you from people. 4, stonewalling. A narcissist's refusal to communicate, not quite the same as the silent treatment, although the silent treatment can fall under the umbrella of many of these terms. When it comes to a narcissist stonewalling, you can go and ask them a question about something that needs to be discussing, and they will answer your question with a question to get you to explain and defend yourself to them, so that they don't have to discuss the matter at hand, to throw you off the scent. Just simply refusing to communicate, refusing to compromise, refusing to listen to your opinion, changing the subject on you, doing all they can to frustrate you. And once they've got you in that place of frustration, again, you might then react to them. The narcissist is going to then stand back and blame your reactions for being the problem to their actions, because their actions are done in the passive-aggressive, covert way. Your reactions are more overt and obvious for the narcissist to use against you. 5, sulking. Another one of the narcissist's favourite pastimes is to sulk when they don't feel like they're getting their own way. When there's a special events going on or coming up, they might just disappear off into a different room and ignore everybody. And because you worry about them, worry about their feelings, because you care for them, you can then give chase to them, trying to make it work for them. But because the narcissist isn't happy, they don't want anyone else to be happy. You cannot make another person happy. You can make yourself happy, and then if other people want to join in with you, that's on them. If other people don't, that is on them. It's not your job to chase those that are sulking just because they're not getting their own way. It's their job to recognize their own emotions and deal with them appropriately. You can literally come home from work and a narcissist can just be sat staring blankly out of a window, and it can get everybody in the household concerned that they might be depressed. Depressed people are depressed people that are going through something, that are struggling with life. When it comes to a narcissist, they are struggling with themselves, but to a point where nothing you can do is going to help them. The more you try to help a narcissist, the worse their behaviour gets, because the more they believe they can get away with it. The brains just aren't programmed in the same way. 6, neglect, where a narcissist is simply going to fail to care. Now, we all need to take charge of our own emotional well-being. However, when you're with a narcissist, they can treat you better than anyone ever has, and then all of a sudden it's like you're living with a complete stranger that's falling silent on you, that's sulking at you, that's excluding you from events, that's leaving out information and causing that intrigue. So it's going to cause those feelings of neglect within you, because one minute you had that communication and connection with them, and the next minute it's completely disappeared. There's many ways a narcissist can neglect, from financial to emotional, and it's all about them gaining control over another, getting one over on somebody else, punishing somebody because the narcissist didn't get what they wanted. And 7, ghosting, when a narcissist just does the complete vanishing act on you, when they just disappear like a ghost, never to be seen again. Yet there's no explanation, there's no communication, there's no warning. One minute they are there for you, and the next minute they've completely disappeared on you. And if you try getting in touch with their friends and family because you're concerned for them, you're concerned about their whereabouts, a narcissist is going to start the smear campaign by telling everybody that you are obsessed with the narcissist, that you won't leave the narcissist alone. Yet you know full well that if you don't reach out and something has happened to somebody, you're the one that's going to be left with feelings of guilt for not checking they were okay. Narcissists set you up so it's a win-win for them and a lose-lose for you. So you've got to do the thing that feels right for who you are as a person, until you can do what is right for you as a person. So if someone is sulking on you, when it comes to narcissistic people, the best thing is to leave them to it, to leave them to crack on with it. Whereas that might go against who you are as a person. So sometimes, yes, it might be helpful just to go in and say, are you okay? And if they fire back at you in an angry tone or an aggressive manner, it's time to just leave them to it. Recognise that they don't want your communication and leave them to it. It's okay to ask someone if they're okay. However, if they don't want to communicate, we also have to recognise that they don't want to communicate and leave them to it. Yes, a narcissist is then going to complain that you didn't give chase because you're not going to win with them. If a narcissist ghosts you, if you want to check with their friends and family that they're okay, check, but check once, and then once you've got your response, leave them to it. That's a perfect time to go no contact with a narcissistic person. If they are stonewalling you, recognise they are failing to communicate with you and stop communicating with them. They don't want to communicate with you. Try and find a way to resolve a situation for yourself. again, with a narcissist, you're going to get that pushback, because a narcissist throws almighty tantrums when you ask them for help, yet when you don't ask them for help, they throw tantrums that you didn't go and ask them for help because they want to feel superior. Recognize their behavior, recognize their patterns, recognize what they're doing, recognize that it says more about them than it does you. Someone wants to fall silent on you, they're entitled to fall silent on you. You're allowed to ask them if they're okay, and if they don't want to respond, leave them to be silent, and you go out there and do all the things that you enjoy doing. You've asked if they're okay. Ask if they're okay. Let them know that you're there for them when they want to open up and speak to you. They know then that you're there for them when they want to open up and speak to you, while you go and do what you need to do to keep your mental health in check, to keep your inner happiness in check, because we have to be at our best to give our best. Narcissistic people are looking to create that negativity, that insecurity within you. They're looking to bring you down so that they can feel better about who they are as a person. If anyone has any thoughts on this video, please do add those into the comments. If you're looking for further support and understanding and help in overcoming narcissistic and emotional abuse, I do have several online guides available, and those teachable links are in the video description. If you're looking for someone to speak to, I have partnered with BetterHelp, and their sponsored link is also in the description of the video. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.